Hello, my friends. I know I'm on a Thursday, which is not when we're usually here, but I have something really exciting to share with you, and I'm thinking maybe the weekend might be the time that you need to try this out. So I had to come on and share it with you. I'm going to give people a little bit of time. Please let me know when you're here. So I'm not just talking to myself, and I know it's a weird night, so it might be unexpected. I'm on our Facebook page, but I'm also in YouTube if that's easier for you. Make sure that, hey Susan, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel or click above this in the notifications and you can say, let me know when Let's Learn Cricut goes live. That's me. Okay, cool. Only tonight we're talking about not Cricut. I know. But I feel like I've heard some messages from different people and it's got me thinking. So I have, and again, it took me a really long time to be brave enough to say this, but hey, Kathy. And I even posted it on my store because it's like I finally got brave enough to say it. 5 years ago, I designed and created my very own scrapbooking system. But for the longest time, I've been just saying, oh, well, they're SVGs, and then there's this other little thing that goes with it. And I haven't really been owning what it is. It's a system. It's a whole thing. Hi, Marion. So, as I been thinking about this system, I realized that the Cricut is an incredible tool. But we have lots of tools. It doesn't have to be the only one to still let you get the same look. And I've heard from some of my Inspire members. Now, if you're wondering what Inspire is, let me show you quick. Inspire is our monthly membership where you get lots of inspiration, lots of encouragement. You get files, you get classes, you get chit chat. We have a special Facebook group where we hang out and share layouts. We talk about problems that we might be having on a particular layout. I was going to say life problems, but we have those too. It's just a great group. So, Inspire, doors are closing pretty soon, so if you want to jump in, the end of the month is when you're going to want to jump into that. If you need more help on any of this stuff, I talk about a lot of things on here. Just go to karamiller.com and click on contact and drop me a note, and I will get you started wherever you need to be. All right, so Scrapbook Simple was a premise that you would get, honestly, and I've told you before, it started out that it was going to be real paper. And then I realized that was silly. So now, it switched over to SVGs that you would cut yourself. And that's what it's been for the 5 years that we've been doing this. Some of my Inspire people have said things that have got me thinking, because I'm always thinking, you know that. always thinking of something. One of my members said she pre-cuts her simples when she goes to a crop and then brings the whole pile of them with her so she can scrapbook there because she doesn't want to bring her Cricut because it's a big project. Someone else posted, I don't really have time to pull out the Cricut right now. I just need to get these albums done. And that got me thinking too, we could do this even more simple for the days and the times when we don't have Cricuting time. Cricuting time often, I love the Cricut, don't get me wrong, it is my favorite tool, but there are things that happen every time you sit down to just cut out one thing. And then the mat slips or the paper slips or it's not talking to your computer. It's just stuff happens sometimes. And sometimes you just want to get it done and you don't want that. So look what I did. Let me bring you in here and stop talking for a little bit. Okay. Oh, no, I have one more thing to show you. Sorry. Tonight's SVG is here in the store and it's free, of course. If you go to the store, which is at karamiller.com, click on Scrapbook Simple System. Say that 3 times fast. Scroll down, and you will see this is the one that you want. Scrapbook Simple without a Cricut. When you click on that, you will get the Simple, the SVG, so that you could cut that with your Cricut. You're also going to get a cutting guide that you can download that shows you how to cut what I'm going to show you. So make sure that you grab that, okay? And if you've never done this before, you can grab the entire system right here, and I'll show you what that's going to be in just a sec. Okay, so let's bring you over here. So this is what a Simple SVG cuts. It is a series of photo mats that are connected. So once I put these together, which I wanted to show you, we have a shadow layer and we have a top layer. If you are using both together, it gives you a double matted photo, right? If you are not using both together, then you could just have one. So here's an example of photos on a double matted, right? Okay, cool. So I could use, let me take this. I could use just this layer if I wanted, and pop my photo on. That would give me one look. I could use just the top layer. So this is cut with a Cricut, okay? And these are ready for photos or maybe embellishments, easy peasy. Or if I want the double mat, I cut this out of, I tend to use the black because then it super highlights my photo, which is the whole reason for this. But you could, as you saw on this one, I used a coordinating color. Now that means that I'm sitting in my crop room, which is an extra bedroom here. I'm sitting in my room. I have all my papers with me. I have my Cricut right here all plugged in, ready to go. I don't have to pull anything out. So I can get imaginative and I can play with the Cricut and really get what I want. But let's say I'm at a crop, or I'm at the campground, or I'm on vacation, or I'm sitting in my backyard. Like, there's lots of places where that just doesn't work. Maybe I don't have time to plan out my simples and cut them ahead of time. I just don't. But I still like the look. I still like the clean and simple look of my photos matted, everything going together. And I've done this in all my other pages. It's going to look silly if I don't do it here. Well, let me show you what we can do. Okay. So, if you look at the handout, I've added the grid behind it, and I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. We are going to create our spaces for our simple using a cutting guide, and we're going to use a trimmer. And we're simply going to cut our background, and I've given you the sizes. All the sizes fit the simples. You can pre-cut these. I cut a whole bunch of them, and I put them in a case. So I have them ready to go. This takes a 2x2 photo, and it fits this one. Whoops, I have one that already is clean. When you get your toolkit in the mail, it comes like this. This means you don't have to use Photoshop, you don't have to use PicMonkey, you don't have to use any of those things to crop your photos. You're going to crop them with these, right? I'll show you how in a sec. So there's that one. Here's another blank, and I promise you, no simple will take anything other than these. These are all the sizes of your photos. So if you have the simple kit, you are good to go. I'm missing one. Where are you? There. All right. Oh, and then we have a 4x6 that doesn't have any cropping. You're going to create yourself a collection of these. When you're sitting calmly at your desk with your trimmer and your paper, you're going to make yourself a collection. And then you're going to have them. And you're going to put them aside. And so when you go camping, in the backyard, to a crop, all you need to do is grab these. You pick them up here. You need to grab these. You need your photos, and you need your kit, and you're ready to go scrapbook. Right. Oh, you need your scissors too. And that's it. That's the whole system. It is easy. It is simple. Okay, so let's see. Well, but I like that this is all laid out for me, and I know how it goes, and I know where it goes on the page. How am I going to do that? Because now they're not attached. Now they're just random. Okay, let's look at these. So these are the photos that I want to use. These 3 photos. I picked out a simple that I liked from my collection. Now, I know if I were sitting at my Cricut, I would cut this out, but I'm not. So I need this, this, and this. If you look in the handout, which I should show you, I don't know if I can show it to you on here. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can show it to you. Let me bring you over to that. I don't know if I can. If I add this to the bag, and then I check out. I need my email address. I don't think it's going to like it if I use my email address. But hey, let's try. I could have grabbed my other computer, but I didn't. We will do it. It's free. We place our order. Okay, I can show you. So here's the cutting guide, right? I'm going to download it. This is for all of you. You can help yourself to this. I did download you. Are you going to open? Okay, you are. All right, so this tells you we're working with the original simple. So I'm going to take a piece of white, of a 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut it like that. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I only need one 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. But you know what? I might as well cut 3 because I'm here. And then the next page shows you the black layer. You're going to cut those, and then you're going to put them together. Okay? All right, so that is right there for you. Go download. It's free. No credit card needed. All right, so I've already cut mine. Here is my 4 by 6 for this one. Okay? Then the next one was a 3 by 4 right here. And that is going to be for this one, which I need to crop. And then this one is a 4 by 4. Okay? I already cropped this one. So before I even start worrying about where I'm going to lay them out, I'm going to fix my photos and I'm going to attach them to these double mats. Super easy. So remember I said this was a 3 by 4 and you're thinking, that looks like a 4 by 6, miss. It doesn't look like a 3 by 4. Here's the 3 by 4 cropping tool. I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to make sure that I can get Grace's sneakers and the name of the ride that they're going to go on, Frankie's Mine Train. I'm going to hold this with my thumb. Now, some people use X-Actos. Some people trace it and then use a trimmer. I am happy using long bladed scissors because it lets me go right along the edge of the template. I can see what I'm going to get because it's clear. Honestly, if you ask my opinion, the template tools are worth the price of admission. I'm telling you, ladies, it makes it so simple, and gentlemen. And then this, look how it fits. Perfect. I didn't have to measure. I didn't have to say, well, is this a quarter? And is this maybe an eighth? I don't need to. I told you the sizes. You just use your trimmer, cut them down, get them all ready. And you can cut these ahead of time and just have them in your box, ready to go. And then you just pop this on. Okay, there's one. This one I already cropped. So all I need to do is glue this down. Come on. Okay. All right, there's two. And now this one, I need to put this on here. So my plan going forward is Simples will now have cutting guides that go with them. They won't be as detailed as this one, I promise. I won't have time to do that much, or I'd be making Simples and cutting guides all day long. But Simples will have cutting guides so that you can save them and go through them until you decide, oh, I like that simple, but oh, my Cricut's not here. What am I going to do? One thing I did notice, let me get this on here. This is made for a 4x6. These photos, we got these from, I think, Shutterfly. They are not true 4x6. They're 4x5 and something. So I get a little bit bigger space at the top and the bottom, but I'm okay with that. All right, so here's my pieces, right? This is what would go on my simple had I had my Cricut in order to do it. But my photos, gosh, they look good, right? They're awesome. I didn't have to mess with the measurements. I didn't have to think about anything. And now I can look at this in the picture and say, okay, well, where is this? I can count down. Look on this one. Did I do it? Yeah, see, it's not, this is a full 12 by 12 here on the grid. So it's only a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch, give or take, use an eyeball, from the edges. It's down a little bit more on the top. So let's just try it. So it's the 3x4, the 4x6, and the 4x4. Okay? All right. So here's our 3x4 right here. And then you are going to go right here. Now, if I just touch them, you will notice they don't really fit. So I need to overlap and tuck them as though they were attached. I tuck the black underneath and we are good to go. And they fit right into the whole 12 by 12. Right? So cool. Now, you could, if you didn't want to mess with them like this and you want to make sure that they're going to be right, you could flip them over and washi tape the back of them to hold them in place, if that is really going to make you crazy. Or let's glue these down first, right? So this one is going to go right here in this corner. I use the corners to help me. I also bring in, this is a really great tool to help you to make sure things are even. If you're worried about it, you're going last and you are going to go up here, and then wherever I have left over is where that middle one's going to go. So it's going to go here, right? And then this one is going to go like so. I could do this one on a curve if I wanted. Now I've got more flexibility. Now I don't have to do it exactly the way the Simple did it. I can say, ooh, I kind of like that. That might look kind of cool. Ooh, what do I have for a title? Well, if I don't have my Cricut, then I'm going to go to, I'm going to pull my sticker sheets out, right? And I'm going to look at those and say, ooh, I don't have a Cricut, but I got Full of Smiles. That would work great. Where's that going to fit? Maybe I'm going to put that down first. It gives me more flexibility than I had with the Simple, but I start with the whole process of the Simple telling me, basically, it gives me a sketch that I'm going to start with, but I didn't have a Cricut. Hello. So what if I said, okay, well, I really like this picture, which I already have. I didn't use it anywhere, so I just tucked it in my box. I could go through a whole bunch of photos and crop them ahead of time. And then that, by doing that, let me move this out of the way. I can also say, well, this photo needs to be 4x6. This photo could be 4x4 and still look awesome because I need Rosie's face and I need her pigtail, but I don't necessarily need the whole swing. I need her, right? So I could do this ahead of time, like so. Pop this on a 4x6. Sorry, a 4x4. And then this one's ready to go too. And so you never know when you might need this photo ready to pop on a layout. I'm just going to put it on there because I'm good with it. I'm going to commit that this is here. This is why it's a whole system. It's not just about the SVGs, although for the past few years we've made it all about the SVGs. It doesn't have to be. It has to be about how simple it is to get your layouts done. SVGs are great. Still loving them. Still going to make them. Still going to use them. But I want you to remember that even if you can't use your Cricut, you can still get the same kind of look. So let's bring you back. Now I've got this photo and I've got this photo done. Well, now I could have page 2 over here ready to go because I've got these and they all tie together. I don't have to mess with anything. Right? I know. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. But I didn't. But I did last night when I couldn't sleep. This came to my brain. And I had to share it with you on a Thursday. I couldn't wait till Monday. So go in the store and get the free cutting guide and the SVG too. And you can do both and see what you think. See where it works for you. Virginia, if you're watching, I thought of you in the campground because SVGs don't work for you when you're camping. And I thought of you for getting your simples at home and then not being able to use them. So now your layouts don't look the way that you wanted them to look, or you have to do a whole bunch of geometry and we don't like that. So no measuring needed other than with your trimmer, which is super simple, and no trying to figure out, well, how big should the next no big deal. Just cut it the way the cutting guide shows you. There's a master cutting guide that's coming of all the sizes. I just didn't have it done yet to show you, but it will be there. And I will add it to our Facebook group too. And those of you that are in Inspire, we'll be talking about this at our crop. So if you're not in Inspire, there's still time. You have till the end of the month. It's a monthly subscription and there's a lot going on in there. So come check us out. I'll see you guys soon.